Marie, would you
Uh,
say that you're confident?
yeah.
What qualifies that?
What qualifies being confident? Um, Trusting in yourself, believing in yourself, not letting anything deter you from that. Being confident in your decision, no matter who's around, no matter who's watching, or what's going on, like your surroundings.
Mm. So you would say you fit that definition of confidence.
Yes.
Okay, repeat your definition one more time.
Basically, all in all, just being confident in who you are, what you stand for, no matter who's around, your surroundings, or like what's going on.
I like that definition. Being confident who you are, trusting yourself. Okay, I like that. I like that. So by you fitting that definition of confidence, how did you get to this point to where you can say that you're this confident?
It took a lot of like soul searching, because there was a point where I wasn't where I'm at now. Like I was always worrying about who was thinking what, who was saying what, what's this gonna look like, what's that gonna look like, and that's no way to live. I started becoming more spiritual, like reading the Bible more, and something that stuck with me is faith over fear. So I was fearful of what others would think, what others would say, and not having faith in myself. But if you reverse it, having faith in yourself, it doesn't matter who thinks what, who says what, because at the end of the day, like it's you who's gonna be with you. Like nothing else around you matters. And so that's something that really stuck with me. And like of course it's just words, so you have to apply yourself to get to that point. You have to use those words and apply it every single day to no matter what you're doing. Like if you're like sports, um, teammates, coaches, all that stuff, fans, like just staying true to myself.
So you feel like you found yourself on the court and off the court to be very confident.
Yes.
Were you always confident in both areas? Like this level of confident?
No, not at all. Like the level I'm at now just came about a year ago, because I was just going through a lot. It was like I was confident, and then you always go through things as a person where it kind of like you go through these trials and tribulations. And so I kind of hit that rough patch about 2 years ago when I was playing summer ball. And it was just, I had a coach that was just like on me 24/7. It wasn't like he wasn't one of those coaches that is going to sit there and like boost you up or like do like the one thing negative, two things positive. He wasn't that guy. He's going to sit there, he's going to tell you what he's thinking, he's going to degrade you and expect you to come back from it and be cool. I've never had a coach like that. And so having that experience, like, it messed with me a lot because I was confident before, but then after that, I'm just like, well, shit, like, what am I doing? And so I was in the mindset of, okay, maybe it's time for me to just stop playing basketball because I don't want to have to deal with this. And then I was like, you know what? Let me play another season because it was just a short season. So I played in Russia and I had hit some bumps there. And coming from being in Mexico to there, trying to get back to myself, it was hard because I still felt like I wasn't playing like myself. And that kind of took me out of being able to play with confidence, being able to feel like myself, being able to come out of that bubble. And so I would try to apply myself and do certain things to become more confident. It wasn't translating on the court, but it was slowly building up inside of me of, okay, you're putting in the work, but it's not really showing on the court yet, but you're feeling somewhat better. What else do we need to do in order to get there? And so Like I said, it took some soul searching in order to get to where I'm at now. And honestly, I'm happy I went through it because even it helped me in sports, but it also helped me as a person to for after sports when I don't have a ball anymore.
Hmm. So let's go into sports first, and let's talk about how you kind of bounce back from that coach, that experience with that coach.
Hmm.
When you first got a taste of like, oh, this is what he's about and how he coaches, and it started kind of messing you up and tearing you down, like, damn, what can I do right? How'd you first kind of snap back out of it and rebuild yourself and rebuild your confidence?
The first thing, I kind of just endured it. And then I just had a breakdown moment after a game. And it was just rough because it's like, this isn't this isn't who I am. This isn't the sport that I used to love. Like, this is something totally different. And so I had to mentally change my mindset to, okay, let's get back to loving the sport that you've played for however many years. Like, don't let this one person take you out of a sport that you've played for so long and loved. So after that game, after the game when I had to break down, I went back to my room and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna sit here and pray, and we're gonna change. We're gonna get the ball rolling. And so the first thing I did was I deleted my social media. I was like, okay, right now it's just going to be you. Because social media can be influential. And you see other people post what they want you to see, but you don't see everything. So you're seeing like people's success, people enjoying life, enjoying whatever. And it's like, dang, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be in that kind of mindset. All in all, that's not what they really going through. And so I deleted social media to just stick to myself. And then I started meditating more. I was looking up books I could read just to help change my mentality. I was praying more. I just took more time to myself to help my mental and help me get out of that like negative space, negative headspace.
I think one of the things that, as I'm kind of like thinking through this whole process of confidence, I think one of the things that make people confident is self awareness. Because once you know who you are, you, like you said, you build that self trust and self belief because you know who you are, what you can and what you can't do.
Yeah.
And when you get jaded by social media and it's like, oh man, like you see your girl, she doing her thing overseas and she's thriving. It's like, dang, that should be me. I should be putting up 20 and 10 too.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing 13 and 5. And it's like, I know, like you know that you can be doing that. And there's a gap between reality of what the outcome is and reality of what you're doing. And you know that gap is what your confidence where you're lacking. But the self-awareness is kicking in of like, okay, what am I doing right now to not be doing that? What am I doing right now to not have the same outcome that she's having? And I think sometimes that messes us up because we take our current output as a it reflects of who we are. So like the player that we are reflects the person that we are, meaning I'm playing bad, it means I'm a bad person right now, I'm not doing well. But it's hard to detach that because we're so caught our identity is caught up in our game sometimes. So first self-awareness is like knowing who we are as a person, and then as a player we can build off of that. And I think it's important to know who we are as a person first, because identity being wrapped up in a hooper is dangerous. So once
Yeah.
you start detaching yourself from that, detach yourself from social media and the comparison game, now you free yourself up to be more confident because now we can really be who we want to be and then thrive off of that and say, okay, even if I win, lose, or draw, I know I can die on this hill because I know who I am and where I'm at. So I think that's a very key piece of confidence, like in what you were saying, like detach from social media.
Yeah. I mean, another thing is also like not knowing who you are fully because I thought I was a certain person. I thought I was confident before this happened. And then it happened. I'm just like, okay, reality check. you're not as confident as you thought you were. Like everyone has flaws, and I think that's part of life. Like you go through these things, and it kind of changes you and helps you grow. Because before I just thought, okay, summer league, I'm here to play and chill, get some extra cash. Like I'm in Mexico, just have some fun, and then here you go, like boom, you're not doing this. You don't need to be taking this many shots. You need to be do this that. Just like oh, okay, and it didn't help that it was like six other foreigners because usually it's like maybe two or three at most. And then with this league it was six, so it's just like you're not quote unquote the start player. Like somebody's gonna be
Mm.
starting on the bench as a foreigner. And then you're not gonna be playing 30 plus minutes a game. Like it was a whole shift that I had to go through and I honestly was not ready for it, but again, I'm glad I went through it because it's gotten to me got me to where I'm at now.
Explain that. How did that experience get you to where you are now?
So before I felt like I was just comfortable. Um, I hadn't really, of course, every season, like you have off season, you put in the work, you shoot, you run open gym, you lift, and then you get to the season and it's supposed to not be a breeze, but like you get to the season and it's not as, you're not working as hard at that point, like you're showing what you did this summer. And so I'm coming off of my first year in first league in Turkey, right? And I'm playing up against Brianna Stewart. I'm playing up against like what's her name? I didn't play Enrique. What is her name? Why can I think of her name? The one that played for the Aces, the guard. I cannot think of her name.
Kelsey?
Huh?
Kelsey Plum?
No, not Kelsey. Chelsea Gray. Chelsea.
Jackie? Oh, Chelsea Gray. Oh,
Yeah.
point guard. I didn't forget the point guard.
I don't know why I could not think of her name, but yeah, I'm playing up against girls who are like killing it in the WNBA, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm in this kind of league. I'm putting in the work. I'm scoring dang near 20 points a game in this league, and I'm just like, okay, we going to Mexico. I'm there just to get like a gut punch right then, and so it's just like you can't get too comfortable, and I feel like that's what it was. I got too comfortable, and I feel like okay, I'm at this level. I don't need to be worried. I don't need to do all like I don't need to think too much about what I'm doing now. I'm just here to be on vacation and get some extra money when that wasn't it at all. And so it helped with my mindset of always being aware, always being like, okay, coming into the league, I'm gonna kill it. And being prepared for what kind of coach I'm gonna get into, what kind of atmosphere of teammates I'm gonna get into, and just kind of and once you're in that like you're comfortable with being uncomfortable, it helps you become more confident.
Mm. I think about that too in terms of a lot of confidence is built from overcoming something. Because, like, you can say you have confidence in yourself because you've had success and you've done well. And, like, part of my definition for confidence is self trust and self belief that you can do something. So, starting the season, you killing, putting up, you say you're dropping 30, like, you just like going crazy. And it's like, all right, I know I can do this. But then you get a gut punch, like you said, where it's like, oh, I'm going against Brianna, like Stewie, like, oh snap, and Chelsea. All right, I ain't really balling like I thought I was. So now, when you overcome that hurdle, that obstacle, that challenge, look at yourself a little bit differently. In my opinion, I think you look at yourself different. It's like, okay, you almost come out of that untouchable because now you know that you can overcome. You can handle the highs and handle the lows.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important piece of confidence because we get too caught up in just doing well, but you have to have that gut punch, that reality check to see that you can come through any you can trust yourself in any environment basically. Because
Hmm.
if you can trust yourself at the highs when things are going well how you want it to, and you can trust yourself when things are going low, and you know you can bounce back, that's a different type of mindset you got at that point. Because it's like, bro, you can't, nothing can rattle me at this point. Like
Yeah.
you can't take me high or low, up 20, down 20, doesn't matter at that point. That's the next level of confidence. It's like, yo, you can't touch me now, bro. Like I'm here. I'm him, I'm her. I'm there. I'm that level of confident now. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't think you can truly say you're confident until you've overcome something and you're on the other side of it to say, I handled the highs and I went through the lows and I'm still here. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the ultimate like sign of where you are with your confidence level.
Cause you can be cool and not have anything you really went through. Like you don't know who you are until you go through something where like it kind of shakes you a little bit. And you got to check yourself. Like, okay, what we gonna do? So
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. I think that's why we always respect like the underdogs who do win.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's cool to have like the 7-3-9 Warriors. Like that's cool. We respect that. We respect a little bit more because Steph Curry had so many downs before that. The ankle injuries and the fighting for his identity in the league of being you can't be the go-to guy or lead the team as a guard. We haven't seen that since Isaiah Thomas. Or you can't be um the shoot first PG and win in this league doing that. You
Mm-hmm.
can't win shooting threes. So you had to overcome all these different things to now make it to this point where you got to battle LeBron. You can't beat LeBron. It's LeBron James. You can't beat him. He did it. So now we respect him a whole lot more because he overcame all this stuff early in his career to become 7-3-9 and the 2-time MVP at that point. And like all the stuff he overcame at that point, it's like, yo, respect your story a little bit more. So I think that's a big piece of why he's so confident now. It's like, what can you say to me, bro? Like I done overcame all this stuff. Now what?
Yeah.
That's why Steph is Steph because
It's a
he overcame
mindset
it.
too. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this" or "I'm gonna do that." Like you have to change the way you think things, the way you see things. Like you got to be able to put the work in and put the work into yourself to get to where you need to be.
You ever stepped on the court and it's almost like you forget how to hoop? Like you were just killing it to practice before, but then the game time hits and warms you little less confident, little not feeling as much. But then the game hits. It's almost like somebody took your controller and they unplugged it and it just turned it off. It's not working anymore. So now game time coming, you start pump faking on wide open shots, and on the fast break you're hesitating. And by the end of the game, the coach is like, "Who is this kid? Why are they on my team? How did they get on my team? I don't recognize this player anymore." It's almost like that Space Jam scene when the NBA players got their talent stolen by the aliens, and they start looking around like, "Where am I? What is going on with me?"
Come on, we're okay. We're okay. You're all right. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Patrick, it's showtime.
And I get it. I feel you. Confidence is a really tricky thing. It's weird. But I got some good news for you right here. You don't have to hope to feel confident every game because I made something special just for you. I have a pregame and a postgame checklist for your confidence. All right. It's the things you can do before you step on the court to make sure that you feel confident and to bounce back after the game to make sure that you're always improving and building your game. So hit the link below and it'll be sent straight to you guys. And it's going to help you out so you don't feel like that 2K player that's just glitching in the middle of the game anymore.
And his name is John Cena.
All right, so it's gonna have you get back to feeling like yourself and playing like you never have before. So go ahead and hit the description below and lock in with us and get your confidence rebuilt.
But yeah, that's crazy because my homeboy told me this a couple years ago, and I don't think I ever forget it. He was like, you can't expect Kobe level output without Kobe level work ethic." And I think about that a lot, and not necessarily saying I want to be like Kobe, but it's just like a reset or a reminder for myself to say, am I putting in the work ethic for the goal that I want to have? Is that matching up? And I got to remind myself that a lot because you get a little comfortable, get a little arrogant, caught up in yourself, you feeling yourself, but it's like if you want to lose 10 pounds, I didn't say 10, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. Are you really putting in the work ethic to lose 20 pounds? Like you can be doing parts and pieces, but there's like 5 different parts that you gotta make sure you filling out to make sure you losing that fat. If you wanna make sure you in shape to play 30 minutes and you can put up, 18 and 8, are you putting in the work ethic to be able to do that and handle business on both ends of the floor and, do whatever? Are you watching film, eating right, you sleeping, all the little things that go in part of it? Are you putting in a work ethic to have that same level of output that you're looking to have? Because now you can have the work, like you said before, and I have the confidence I can do this now.
Yeah.
So I think that's the key piece is like, bro, you're not even putting the work to be that confident to be doing that thing. That's when arrogance kick in because it's like, why are you so arrogant to think you can do this thing when you have no proof and you have no work ethic to prove that you can do this thing? That's what arrogance, in my opinion, that's when arrogance kicks in.
Yeah. I mean, it's true because even when I was going through that phase of not playing like myself, feeling like myself, like towards the end or maybe halfway through that mini season, that's when I kind of started trying to change my mindset, change the way like I thought of myself, what was going on in my mind, just trying to become positive instead of negative. And it wasn't like it was like a switch. Like there was like little bursts where I would play well and not even thinking about what he was saying, what was going on. And it kind of reflected because in those moments, he kind of shifted, you know? So it's not even how you see yourself. It's when you kind of put, when you put yourself in a position where you're trying to get better and better yourself, people recognize it and they have a different level of respect for you. So not only is it trying to build confidence for myself, which is a big part of it, but also building confidence so people respect you and see you in a different light than what they got kind of categorized you in. And so once I started doing that, like it really was like a switch. Like people started treating me differently and like they saw me in a more not saying they saw me in negative like before, but like a lot of people around me saw me in a more positive light. And I had like family members and friends be like, you know what, like you're different. Like I'm proud of you. Like I see your growth. And that's always great to hear. It's always great to see when people see your growth, see the work you put in to get to where you are now.
Mm. I think that's one of the highest tier compliments is when you kind of putting your head down, you just putting in work, and you're not doing it for the sake of people looking at you and saying, "I
Hmm.
see you." But when it does happen, it's like, snap, hold on, like
Yeah.
you weren't expecting it. It's like a bonus part of a gift you got. Like you're
Yeah.
doing it to have the outcome of being great, being a player, or just for your mental health or for your comfort, whatever. But then you get like a little bonus on the back end of being like, I see you, Marie, do your thing, man. It's like,
Yeah.
oh snap, like, all right, okay, I guess I am doing something. So that's the fun bonus part of that. But when you got that cosign, I guess you could say from other people, what were kind of the things they were saying to make you realize that you had really grown and really changed? Like what were the things they were saying about you?
Um, Really it was just my growth, how I carried myself because before it wasn't like I don't know how they saw me before. I thought they saw me like they knew I played basketball, they knew I was traveling, like everyone was just like, you know what, you're doing good, you're doing good. And then like even this year, I've had so many people reach out to me and be like, you're still playing and like you're still pushing yourself. Like we're proud of you. Like everyone back home, they said they were proud of me. They were proud of the way I like carry myself. They were proud of the way like I try to push myself. I have these goals of well, honestly starting my journey with God as well, just that kind of that showed as well. Just how like I said, I carried myself. It wasn't anything really specific they would say, but they could tell like there was just a difference.
I think there's a level of not to get too deep, but that's like a spiritualness of it because like you can't put words to it of seeing people when they do change and when they do have that like transformation.
Yeah.
It's like man, like I remember seeing a homeboy like that, and it's like, bro, you just a girl had that glow to him.
Hmm.
You just can't really put a finger on it. You don't really know what it is. And it'll be something like you just see them on social media. They talk a little bit different. They post a little bit different. You see
Hmm.
them in their face. They smile a little bit different, and you can't ever like it's just a post different. It's literally like the
You
first
can't
three posts,
pinpoint.
the next three posts.
Yeah,
You don't know. It's just a difference in it. And I think that's the next level of who we are as human beings, of like seeing that connection, connecting to it, and saying that you're not the same person that I saw last month or 3 years ago, whatever it was. So that's a beautiful thing about us human beings, man. We just intuitively have that deeper connection. Just say, okay, I see what she's been doing. The inner work is showing outwardly, and you
yeah,
can't describe that with words. I think that's the way to summarize it. The inner work is showing outwardly, and you don't have words to describe it besides you seem different in a good way.
yeah. Because I honestly, I didn't really tell anyone what I was going through. Like they could tell I was stressed and I wasn't playing like myself, but I never really openly put out like, look, I'm struggling with confidence. Like I'm struggling with this coach being in my head. I'm struggling with trying to figure out should I keep playing, should I not keep playing. Like I'm going through so much through my head, and I never really spoke about it to anyone. Like, of course, I would tell my family, like, this is what the coach said to me, and they'd be like, "Oh no, you want me to come beat him up? You want me to come do this, do that?" Like, nah, like it's part of the job. He gets on my nerves, but it's part of the job. But I never really spoke on how I felt. Them knowing that and kind of like seeing me in like a negative headspace, without really knowing what I was thinking mentally, to me being like coming around with different energy when I spoke to them, when they would see me in person, all that stuff. Like the energy was just different.
I think some of that is when we're not in a good space, that shows up on us and through us. Because it's like, I think everybody can relate to this. 9 times out of 10, when we're in a bad space, our music reflects that. Like girls will listen to certain artists because they know I got my heart broken. You know, it's Mary J time. If you old school, you know this Miss Mary J. You hear hunger this and that. I like, oh dang, she must have broke up with old dude. Like, all right. So you know what type of mood she in. When
Yeah,
she in a good mood, she bumping Beyonce or whoever. Like there's musical themes to fit our feelings and emotions. And I think our actions show up in ways that we're not fully aware of. So like you were in a bad space, so you're subconsciously showing that. You're feeling insecure, you're feeling the lack of confidence, so you're subconsciously showing it. I think that's part of it. It's still
yeah,
another part that I said before you can't really put words to, but I think that's part of it to where it's like your inward insecurities are showing out because you're not posting as much on social media, or when you are posting, caption ain't really giving the energy of someone that I feel is confident.
yeah,
So there's a lot of small subliminal subconscious things that we do that show up in a way that we're just like, she ain't really feeling herself. He ain't really looking like himself like he used to be. And that flip change is like, okay, they hit a new level. That's a new growth, this new perspective I see in him now. I think that's part of it. It's like the inner work of you being down, feeling low, insecurities was showing at some point, and you worked on that piece, and then that part shows. I think that's kind of what a part of it was that you were referencing to.
yeah.
I was thinking about this too. When it comes to women, do you think y'all have a different type of confidence from men?
I think they're, well, no, I feel like it's kind of equal because men have different things they're confident about or what they have to work on, and then women are the same way. Like I feel like men have the load of being portrayed as the man, the dominant, and being compared to someone else, and then women's the same way, like being seen as feminine or and still strong, being able to take care of themselves, all this stuff. Like it goes both ways. So I feel like it's pretty much equal.
Hmm. I was thinking about it in this sense of like, and this isn't, of course, all the way across the board. This isn't like generically, but just generalization. I think men have to have a a delusional confidence because we dream bigger then sometimes people allow us to do, and people will put us in a box, try to put us in a certain level, but we want to like really change the world. And in order to change the world, we can't go by the rules, whatever that somebody has for us. So like we dream of like being on the moon and touching Mars and all this crazy stuff. And so you have to have a delusional confidence in yourself to be able to do that, because people are like, bro, you can't do that. It's like, no, you can't do that. I can. So men
Mhm.
have to be delusional in that sense. But I think women have to be defiant in a sense, because like men get pulled down. I think women have to pull themselves up almost, because they almost get held back in a sense of like they don't push you to do more and become more, because like, oh, it's just she's just a girl, she's okay, she don't have to, put her on this side, she'll be okay, she can just do this little thing over here. But it's like, nah, bro, I can take over the world too. And you have to pull yourself up and defy against the rules in different ways, just being like, no, bro, like, bro, I can go out there and dominate just like the men. I can go, the WNBA can be just as impactful as the NBA. You don't have to lower the rims for me, you don't have to put me in some crazy outfits and all this weird stuff. I see what your rules are. I'm going to defy those rules and do what I want to do anyway. And you have to have a different level of confidence to do that. So that's kind of why I was thinking about of like the different types of confidence between men and women. So like, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like,
Mm,
confidence looks different in both. How I feel like as a man, it's like boom, like you have a standard of you should be confident, and like you said, like being like upheld at a certain level, and then but not being like pulled down. Then women just trying to rise above than what is seen of them. So I understand what you're saying as far as like the different types of confidence, and it makes sense. Like I said, like it's the amount of effort that each gender has to put in to be confident is equal. Just the way it looks is different on where you're coming from, like how you have to achieve it.
yeah, for sure. Because I don't want to sit here and try to make it seem like women have it harder than men or men have it harder than
No,
women.
I was just confused when you asked it. I was like, huh. Like what?
No, I try not to over preference my question sometimes to just see where
Uh,
your head's at with it. And then I'll kind of like give the angle of where I'm coming from
gotcha. Okay.
afterwards. But no, I just thought about that. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Just like thinking through of different confidences that we have, and trying to really come to a more concrete view of confidence. Because people
Hmm.
say it, and there are different situations where it comes in, and different environments where it shows up to where, well, men have to be confident in this area, in this perspective. Women have to be doing it in this way. And how we get attacked means we have to build in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think it's different for men and women. Like you said, the fight is the opponent is different, but the fight is still the same.
Yeah.
To where I have to fight to a woman has to fight to be seen and be heard, and the man has to fight to just be himself almost.
Hmm.
So I think it's different in that, but it's always going to be a challenge for anybody, even for the people who don't identify as either one. Do y'all
For
thing too?
sure.
Y'all got a different fight y'all got to have, but it's just really trying to figure out more and more about this whole thing called confidence.
Yeah.
And
It comes for you as a person too, because some people they can be confident, like outwardly confident, and then internally, like emotionally, they can't be confident in what they feel or expressing how they feel, and it comes in different ways on what kind of confidence you have and what kind of confidence you need to have. So
do you think that's imposter syndrome?
I haven't thought about that. It can
Like
be.
it comes up a lot, but the more I hear about it, the more I hear different definitions around it. So I'm like, okay, what is imposter syndrome? Because people would be like, oh, I deal with it, and then they kind of talk about it, and it's like, I don't think that's what the meaning of it is. And so I'm kind of like dealing with that too, of like, what is imposter syndrome? And like, it could be what you said, of where outwardly I seem confident, but internally I still feel insecure. So I think a perfect example of this is like extroverts. People think
Mhm.
extroverts are the ones who are just super confident, and they're just, because they can go to talk to anybody, and they're just supremely confident. And if you're an introvert, oh, you seem shy and you're timid, you don't know how to talk to people. And I have all these insecurities because I don't know how to talk to people. It's like, no, that's not the full truth of, first
No.
off, not even what that means, but that's not the truth of who I am as a person. So I think that's kind of what it gets simplified to and defined as, is like your ability to kind of just move and talk to people sometimes. It's like, no, that's not really what it means. I can be very confident, be very alone at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That's another thing I've been wrestling with. Like, what is imposter syndrome in relation to confidence? But I think you're on the right track of outwardly confident or seeming stable, but internally not being there
It's
all the
not
way, or
there.
being insecure. Yeah. I think that'll be more of just false confidence then at that point.
I mean,
Or that could be arrogant almost.
yeah, because there are certain things like, let's say you're confident in dancing, but you're not confident in singing. Like, this is something like you kind of put yourself out there, you used to, you work towards, and then it's like, okay, now sing, or I'm not there yet. You know? I think it's just like different levels of confidence, but I feel like what goes with imposter syndrome would be like trying to put out that you are this person, and then inside, that's not who you are.
Then I don't feel like that's imposter syndrome. I think you're just lying to yourself at that point. Like, okay, I think about it like this. And if I put myself out as a guru or a pro, like I'm a trainer, so I'm saying I'm the best trainer in the world, can't nobody touch me, the best in my city, the best in my state, and so on and so forth. And that's the image I'm trying to portray. Then it's like, okay, you feel that way, back it up. And I can either say back it up by like, yeah, I train Marie. Look at her now. She's doing pro ball. She did this in college, this at high school level, boom, boom, boom. I train, and I got, Steph Curry Jr. coming up. Me, y'all don't know him yet. He in the ninth grade. He finna change the game up coming up pretty soon. I train the next Brianna Stew. I train the next age. I train the next this. I train the next that. And I can be like, okay, cool. I got you. Now that guy or girl solidified. They're confident and it's backed up. Or I can trade myself on the other end of it. It's like, I just want to put in the work. I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to do what I can to be the best. And when I make mistakes now, to say, well, okay, why you feel so confident about yourself? I just feel like I can do it. And I think when you posture yourself as the guy versus being a student or that
Hmm.
girl or whatever, when you get somebody trying to attack you or trying to uh question your validity of what you're saying, what you're doing, and you get pulled down, it's like, oh, you're not really who you said you were. And it's like, oh, now you feel like an imposter because you put yourself at a level 10, but really you're at a 7. But if you really put yourself at a 7 and you get put in a room of 10s, you don't necessarily feel like an imposter because it's like, I'm here for a reason at this point.
Yeah.
It's like you hooping on the court with Stewie. It's like, I never said I belong in this court, but since I'm here, like, hey, y'all gonna have to see me as a problem at some point. So I think the difference is how you posture yourself. And if you say, I should be in W2, I don't care what y'all talking about, Stewie. And you lay an egg, and it's like, I thought you said you was WNBA caliber. Like, what you doing out here? If you come out there with the energy of, hey, may the best woman win, I'm just trying to compete and, do what I can do. Then you drop 40, and it's like, oh, it's different now.
Yeah.
I think the difference is where you posture yourself and when you present yourself to where the outcome can't phase you now because if you say I'm a 10 and you play at a 5 and it's like, dang, I feel like a fraud now. I feel fake. But you put yourself at a 7 and when you do play up or down doesn't matter at that point because it's like I kind of just know who I am and where I am. So I think that's kind of my thoughts through of like imposter syndrome. Like where you posture yourself and where you actually show up to be no matter what. So I'm still kind of working through, but that's kind of where I'm at right now with it.
No, I got you. That makes sense.
I think that's another one I'm gonna have to keep wrestling with. It's a journey. We'll see how it goes. I think social media plays a big role in that too. Of kind of like what you were saying before, in terms of we see people's wins and highlights, and
Hmm.
then we feel like we should be doing that too. But then we look at ourselves and feel like we're not up to par with that. And now we feel like we do kind of feel like imposters because let's say it's your teammate from college or high school, and you feel like y'all about the same, like we were the same level of girl or whatever. And now we're in the pros, and it's like I'm not performing like I should be.
Hmm.
Dang, am I really that good now? Did I fall off? Did I slip? Am I slipping now? Start to question yourself. That's when it kind of kick in, and like I think imposter syndrome became like a real thing because of social media. Because all you seeing is wins, all you seeing is highlights, all you seeing is the top tier,
Hmm.
and like only your losses, only your downs. So I think imposter syndrome really became a thing because of social media. I think before social media, I don't think we really had it as high of a level, even if it was a thing.
Sure,
So I
yeah.
think that's a big piece of it. Like, yo, get off social media.
No, that can really like getting off social media really just clears your mind. Like the past few days, I did a fast, and it was like social media and only like fruits and vegetables just to reset myself, get ready for the new year, and it's just so relaxing. Like, of course, at first when you're on social media every day, like it's hard. It's like you just on your phone, like, dang, close, close the phone. You can't even get on social media. But like you find other things to help stimulate your mind and work on your peace, and it honestly like just relaxes you a lot more than people know.
What did it do for you as far as on the court as a player, but also off the court as a human being?
Off the court, I would say just giving me some sort of like peace of mind, just working on myself and getting more in tune with myself because I'm reading books and meditating. I'm doing stuff that doesn't require me having a screen in my face all day. And because that can really just deteriorate your mind a lot. Like you don't know how long or how many times a day you really just check your phone or on your phone it's in your face for an hour, 2 hours. You just don't even think about it. And so that I just feel like it helps me. I feel like I move with grace more, like throughout my day with myself. And then on the court, I would say, I don't know, it just, you're more in tune with yourself. Um, you're not thinking about what someone else posted or what this person's doing, that person's doing. Like you're just focused on yourself.
Do you deal with the like the body issues and stuff that come with social media as a woman?
Not really. I wouldn't say I would. I'm not gonna sit and like compare myself to another woman, but I'll be like, ooh, she has a nice body, or ooh, she's doing this right. What exercises she's doing to make her, like, her back more slim or her, like, legs more strong. Like, I would look at it that way and try to emulate those exercises. I just look at exercise and see what they do to get to where they at. And then when I don't see results, that's just like, damn, what am I doing wrong? But I don't look at women like just their body shape and be like, dang, I wish I had a body like that. Like girls with BBLs or girls with like different stuff. I'm not looking at that stuff. Just like what exercises are they doing and stuff like that.
I mean, the BBL's not even in discussion because that's
No. But
I know you gonna
some people want that, and I'm just like, it's not. It ain't it. It ain't it. Putting something foreign in your body that you don't know, you really don't know about. Mm-mm.
I think it's just like the unrealistic expectations because it's easy to get a BBL, bro. You got a couple hundred, cool, but like you're not in the same category of the natural bodies. Like I think it's three different type of women. It's the ones who were born that way, ones who bought it that way, and ones who built it that way. And we got to start separating those three
Mm-hmm.
because no matter what you do, you can't beat genetics. Like, okay, you can beat genetics, but like you can't try to match genetics. Like you were just born this way. Like I can't tell you how I got this way because I was just born this way. Thank my mom and
Yeah.
daddy. Like I can't train you how to get what I was born with. I can't teach you how to get what I got if I bought it. So I can tell you the address and the email and the phone number of the doctor who got it, who I got this from, and that's the best I can give you. But now the ones who built it that way, okay, you're in a whole different category. Now we can talk
Yeah.
because now that you went through this process and you went from this look to that look, I won't get specific because I ain't trying to do none of that. But you went from look A to look B or look B to look C. You can talk more to the average woman because they want to go through that process too. Because the
Mm-hmm.
girl who naturally got a big butt, oh, I do these workouts to get my butt. No, bro, you already had a big butt. Like, stop it, man.
Yeah.
Like, or you're
Like
just
I
genetically
gotta trace
disposed to
back.
have
Where
it.
did you start from? Where did you start from? Where you at now?
Yeah.
What was between? Like what exercises were you doing? What was you eating?
Yeah, because some
That's what I
girls
try
get
to
up
look
there
for
and
though, because
just
like you, the last thing you want to do is compare yourself or try to look at somebody that did not put work in to get to where they're at.
mhm.
So like a lot of people, they look up to Kobe, and they have books, they have videos of showing what his mindset was, what he was doing to get to where he's at. They're not looking at people who were just put there. Bronny. I'm not saying Bronny didn't put in work in, but he was put in the NBA because of his dad, you know?
Mhm.
And they're not really, I'm sure there are people who look up to him, but more people are saying you're being put there because your dad, not because you put the work in to get there. Not saying he can't get there yet, but it's just like the comparison. You saw Kobe who put the work in, had the mindset, all that stuff. You have Bronny who has put work in, but he's not at that level yet to be in the NBA. So it's really just like you want to follow people who you've seen put the work in and do the things they need to do and try to follow in those footsteps.
As a Kobe fan, I have a very unpopular opinion about Kobe, and I think sometimes he's the worst example of work ethic just because he was like the way we look at Steph Curry in terms of shooting,
Hmm.
I think Kobe's in that tier of like when it comes to work ethic. Like stop trying to work like Kobe because you're gonna die trying to work like Kobe. Like pull from him in terms of you want to work harder, but don't try to mimic him in terms of work ethic. Like he
Yeah.
worked out 5, 6 times a day, but he built first off, he built up to that point. He doing stuff since he was 8 years old to be at 28 doing the same things now. So number one is that. But then number two is just like you don't want to live the life Kobe had. Like this it's a sacrifice that comes with that, and most people
Oh,
don't
for
want to deal with
sure.
that. Like the time away from family, time away from his woman and kids and stuff, you don't want to have that. Going back to what I said earlier about that quote is like you can't expect Kobe level output, Kobe level work ethic. It's self awareness that comes with that to say, hey, I want I want to average 20 points. Let's just try to keep it, objective.
Hmm.
Are you putting in the work ethic to put up 20 points? That doesn't mean I have to work like Kobe. I could work like Bron and put up 20. Both are possible. You have to know yourself to know what level of work ethic goes into that to build that level of confidence to have the level of outcome. But we're just not being taught the full truth. It's like, look at what Kobe did. And it's like, hold on, bro. I hear you. I'm a Kobe fan, so I rock with you. But let's point to like somebody else, man. Like Paul Gasol. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's a lot of other people in the NBA besides Kobe who had great work ethic.
Mhm.
Because if we're going like shoot like Steph Curry, well, can't do that. We understand we can't shoot like Steph Curry. But we don't say that we can't train like Kobe. So I wish we tell the full truth and be like, Kobe's great, but you're not finna train like him, bro. Like, stop. Like, let's go to like the actual realistic tier of work ethic and be like, okay, Ant-Man has a great work ethic. Look like him. Shay, Joker, like whoever the next person is that you want to say, let's point to them rather than Kobe because you can't have that Kobe level work ethic unless you're Kobe Bryant. Like there's probably 5 other people that can really do that and say that. So
Mhm.
that's my unpopular opinion about like Kobe and his work ethic. But who am
I
I?
mean, what do you think about like people who just think, why not me? You know, like why can't I be the next Kobe and put in that same level of work ethic, like being
I'm
willing to make those sacrifices.
and I'm fine with it. But you just have to know what you're getting into though. And I think that's the issue of like we're not telling the full truth of it. So like you want to say be like Kobe. Well, cool. Here's the full truth of what it means to be like Kobe.
Hmm.
You have to wake up at 4 every morning and you have to do this detailed schedule. You can't miss. And if you do miss, you have to make it up now and do this. And you have to not only put in this, but take out this. That means a lot less video games, no Fortnite, no 2K, no Madden, no dates. You're not finna do all this extra stuff. Like you can't do that now.
Yeah.
Now, does that sound appealing to you? And it's like, hold on now. Like, I can't stay up till 12. No, bro. You gotta go to sleep at 9 every night. Waking up at 4, going to sleep at 9. Do you want to have that lifestyle? And if that's what you want to do and your body can accept it, then who am I to stop you? Go crazy. Do your thing. But I think there's also the full truth of like, dang, what's the term? Uh, Basically diminishing results or something like that, to where your work ethic starts to get to a point where you're not getting diminishing returns. You're not getting as much output for the input that you're getting. So let's say you're working like Kobe and you're working 10 hours a day. Well, at that point, is it worth it to work 10 hours or can you get closer to the same thing at 8 hours? So that's another conversation. Like that's getting a nuance in like training and stuff. To kind of simplify your answers, give the full picture of what you have to put in, what you have to give up, of what that work ethic requires, and then
Hmm.
say, can you accept that? And if you can, that's what we're holding you to now. Now we're looking at you as a Kobe level work ethic
Yeah.
versus, oh man, I want to be like Kobe. Like, all right, cool. This is what it really comes with. So I think that's the issue where I say that. So if you want to do that, then cool. Who am I to stop you? Do your thing. But until you get the full truth and full picture, I think we need to stop saying Kobe. Like Steph, Jordan, Bron, like let's work our way down the ladder of who we can actually work like and say more of those guys rather than only saying Kobe. Because we mentioned outliers. Now it's not fair to everybody.
Gotcha. I mean, I was just making my comparison was just like kind of a night and day thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
not
get
everybody
it.
can be Kobe. Not everybody can be Kobe.
Listen, I get it, and I'm not trying to say you can't be Kobe, but I'm just like it's like trying to say go dunk like LeBron or play 20 years like LeBron. Like there's a reason why LeBron is LeBron. There's a
Hmm.
reason why he's the only person doing what he's doing. So let's stop saying LeBron is as the body goes in comparison to what we want players to be like. So that's kind of how I feel about Kobe. Like we're trying to get the outliers, the thing that makes that person great. We're trying to point to that and be like, that's what I want to be like. And it's like you can't be athletic like Jordan. You can't be athletic like LeBron and have the body and longevity. You can't shoot like Steph. You can't train like and work out like Kobe. Let's be more realistic. Clay's more like realistic, and he's still stupid too. But there's levels to it. And let's go second level now. Like Curry's in a stratosphere of his own. Okay, Clay second tier. Can we be like Clay? All right, cool. Let's start looking at Clay now. Dame, Trey, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen. Like, all right, cool. Let's go second tier. So Kobe's on that tier. Well, for me personally, it's like, Kobe. I love him. That's my dude. Let's stop mentioning his name. We're talking about work ethic. Unless we like framing mind of like you're not working hard enough. We can do better. I don't know. I feel like it's not the most popular opinion, but we'll see. We'll see what people say when I post it.
I get what you're saying though. Like, if you're gonna say I want to be like Kobe, then train like you want to be like Kobe. Like you want to be more realistic comparisons. When someone says, "Oh, I want to be like this person. I want to train like this person."
Yeah. I think it also goes back to just what is your realistic goal that you want to have. So let's put some realistic work ethic behind it too.
Hmm.
Because people want to be like, I want to be make $1 million and this is my $1 million year. All right. Do you know how to make $1 million? How many thousands go into making that a month, into a week, into a day?
Hmm.
Do you have anything set up for that? Or are you just kind of hoping that Beyonce co-signs your business and you get an influx of sales, or you get some celebrity endorsement now and people just want to buy your stuff? I just, my post happen to get a retweet and a like, and then everybody want to come and train with me. Like, if that's your plan for your business or your basketball career, is to have a miracle fall from the sky, yeah, it's tough. So, they're gonna sell a lot of people. I could go deeper in that, but I ain't gonna. Not this podcast, but no, it's been good, man. I like this.
Good conversation.
But I want to know, man, as the pro hooper that you are, you've had a lot of different coaches give you some game, give you some insight. I know you had like them random parents be like, "Man, Marie, da 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 da." But what's like the best game you've been given on confidence? Whether it's a coach, your mom or dad, or anybody in life, just like they told you this and it changed your perspective, or it really gave you that big boost in your confidence. What was that game that you were given?
Ooh. Um, that's honestly, I'm not very like a talkative person when it comes to like talking to coaches or like just talking to my parents. My dad wasn't a talkative person at all. My mom was just always positive, saying, "Okay, good job, good job." So it wasn't really. I never really had like those conversations with them like that. But I do like. I got my confidence from the Bible. In all honesty, it was from the Bible. Different quotes, watching different sermons. Like I said, the faith over fear was the big one. Like not being fearful of what's going to happen, who's going to say something, and just putting my faith out there and going off based off of that.
Hmm. So give me the top scripture or top three scriptures, whatever it is for you, that hits you and it's like, man, this built my confidence. Or when I read this again, this kind of rebuilds my confidence. What are the top scriptures or words that can
So
impact you?
one of them would be God did not put us on this earth to live in fear, but to live in peace. That kind of coincides with the faith over fear. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's another one. And then, if God is for me, who can be against me? Those are my main ones that I kind of like. It's low key like a mantra. So whenever I'm going through something and I'm starting to feel a little anxious, I'm like, all right, let's say it in our head. Let's keep repeating it till we feel it. We feeling better. We feeling good, and our peace is coming over. And so those are things I kind of like just repeat in my head on a daily. And as you repeat it, you start to live. You start to live more through it. and it becomes a part of you in your everyday.
Mm. I think that's the core of when it says meditate on it day and night. It's not the uh, Eastern philosophy of meditation where we have to sit there in a pose and do all this extra stuff. It's like you can do that, that's your thing, but I think it's more of just um like keep the word in your mouth and meditate on day and night. It's really like what you said, is just make it a part of your life to where the way we keep music in our minds and we'll randomly quote a bar or like latest a random sing a song. I think
Hmm.
that's the level of repetition we should have when it comes to that. It's like you don't have to quote the whole Bible. Whatever works for you, make it work for you. Put it to work. Faith over, if that's what you need to have, then cool. Faith over fear. That's the scripture that gets you through the dark times and gives you the uplifts and builds your confidence when you need it. Then meditate on that one. Keep that in your mind. Like have your 5 scriptures you just don't have on repeat.
Hmm.
Learn them 5 forward and backwards if you need to. Learn every translation, every sermon you need to have about it. Cool. Do your thing. I think that's kind of what the core of what it means to meditate on the word and really, consume it, when we're talking about that. So I'm with you. I like that. So would that be the advice that you would give to some player listening to this and be like, man, just build your confidence through the word?
For sure. Like if you're a spiritual person, I would say go through the word because it just gives you a whole nother level of peace. Like I said, I started my journey. I started because I believed in God, but did I actually go through and seek Him was my issue. And so once I started to do that, my life started to change and my mindset started to change and everything started coming together a whole lot more. So I started getting these different scriptures and different advice, and it's helped me throughout my way. For sure, I would say reading the Bible, watching sermons, getting closer to God, and He will give you the answers that you're needing.
So what if someone is a little less spiritual or religious or whatever term you want to use? Like, do you have something for them?
I would say getting in touch with yourself more, even if it's not through the Bible or seeking God. I would say meditation, doing things that'll stimulate your mind, like reading or writing, not something that's not gonna have like your face in a screen all day, and working on things that are just for you, like building you up without like being around other people or being on social media. None of that. Just you and whatever you need to do in that space with yourself. Taking that me time.
So now as a player,
Hmm.
some girl out here, she's just not having the most confidence in herself. She's in season, having a slump. Shot ain't falling. She just can't get her. She ain't feeling herself right now. Or some guy, he's in the off season right now. Listen to this, and he ain't feeling workouts. He ain't feeling training. He almost want to quit basketball. The confidence is downhill. You got some advice for them?
I would say just stick to the love you have for the sport and getting back in the gym because everyone's gonna go as an athlete, you're gonna go through those slumps. Not every game is gonna be perfect. Not every practice is gonna be perfect, but still trying to push through and work on it. Like you can miss a shot 5 times hitting the front of the rim. You know, okay, I need to get it up a little bit more so it can go over the rim. So just working and repeating that on your own time. And it'll help you build that confidence and it'll reflect on the court, on the field, whatever sport.
Hmm. That's all I got. You got anything else you want to leave the people with?
No, no.
Nah, man. I
I feel like I
appreciate
talked
you.
a lot on this podcast, so
Nah, that's why you here. Listen, it's your episode. I'm just here to kind of like highlight you. This ain't about me. It's all about. I
Mhm.
talked a lot, which I ain't supposed to do. We balance each other out. I wasn't supposed to talk, and you don't feel like you talk a lot, so we balance each other out. So it's all good.
All right.
I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad we got to this point finally.
It's
Because
been a
man, it's
journey.
been a journey.
Been a journey.
Man. So I'm so glad to get to this point and we can do this part right here. I'm so excited. Like I'm really like it's probably I'm not even joking. It's probably making my day to be at this point. I'm so serious right now. So I appreciate you coming along.
Thank you for having me.
Sharing everything you shared. This is a good one though. It was fun. I like this one. So I appreciate you. Um, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Man, follow her, man. She's as you see, she's cool people. Follow her journey. She's more introverted. She gonna go on some social media fast and stuff here and there. She's gonna post stuff at her discretion. But she posts some cool stuff here and there. So
I am a big
follow
introvert.
her. Hey, that's why I connect with you. I feel you. I'm not finna fight you on that one. So uh, yeah, she's a bucket though. Overseas getting her thing going on over there. So follow that process and that journey. Um, but that's it, man. We can get out of here for something don't go right. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. All right, see y'all next one.
Bye.